giving mock interviews give you confidence also. Like you can have some nervousness. Like suppose it's all good going, you are
Mm-hmm.
answering the question, but if you are stuck at one question or
Mm-hmm.
continuous two question, you are stuck. Suppose
Yeah. Yeah.
then there could be a nervous breakdown or something which will
Yeah.
make your interview bad. But giving more interviews
Yeah.
uh, help you to solve this. Like
Okay, Shagun. So I have your resume with me. Could you please brief me about yourself and the project that you are working on?
yeah, sure. So I'm a senior software engineer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having 5 years and 10 months of experience in this web development. My core skills are Java, Spring Boot, and I've also worked on the Angular side. Currently,
Okay.
I'm working on a airline domain, so in which all the data which passenger is sending to the airlines is being sent to our project, and then we uh, you know type of collect the data and give it to the government in the particular format every government want. So
Okay.
the government needs to know the passenger is flying to their country. So the
Mm-hmm.
details about the passenger and the flight we give from the airlines to the government. So this is the project.
Okay. So, Sagun, have you heard of something called as marker interface?
Yes, I've
Yeah.
heard of marker.
Can you tell me what is that?
So marker interface is just a kind of suggestion or a flag which is given to the compiler that
Mm-hmm.
this class or this interface is having a marker interface extension or implementation. So this act as a command to the compiler that yeah, it should be working according to that particular marker interface work. So it doesn't contain any particular implementation method or something,
Mm-hmm.
but just it's act as a command. Nowadays we are using annotations instead of marker and interface. So we use different type of annotations for that.
Mm-hmm. So, say suppose you have a requirement to create a marker interface in your project. Okay, and how will you do that? And how will you make use of that mark, that flag, in your code? Means how will you identify that particular class is implementing your marker interface?
Okay.
The question is clear, right?
Yeah, I can understand. But I haven't faced any situation where we need a marker interface to create in our project.
Mm-hmm.
So
See, there should be some logic for JVM to identify that particular class is implementing this particular marker interface, and
exactly.
then it will inject that particular behavior in that class. So, for
Mm-hmm.
example, when we are implementing serializable, JVM knows that this class is implementing serializable interface, so we will have to put serialization for this particular class. Okay. So, have you heard of something called as instance of operator?
Yeah.
Can you make use of that to identify which class is implementing which interface?
Yes. We can check the instance of condition inside the if block to
Mm-hmm.
see if that class is implementing that interface or not.
Yeah. So that is the same thing being used by JBM.
Okay. Internally,
Okay.
it's used the same thing. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Okay. Very good. So Sagun, do you know we can use our objects as key in HashMap?
Yes, we can.
Okay. So what are the prerequisite for that?
It is said that you should choose an object for a key in hash map which is immutable in nature so that it can be reliable going further because the hash map uses hash code and equals method internally for
Mm-hmm.
updating and putting or deleting any element, any key inside it. So we
Okay.
should use an object which is immutable for the key of the hash map.
Okay, so you mentioned that we will have to override hash code and dot equals method. So can you
Yes.
with the help of those method, can you explain the internal working of hash map?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can consider hash map as the array of a linked list. So
Mm-hmm.
every index of array is containing a linked list, and it's having a multiple nodes in it. So suppose we want to add a key value pair inside a map. So what we do is what we take the hash code of the
Mm-hmm.
key dot hash
Okay.
code method, and then we have a function inside written inside the hash map which returns us a key code, and then we add the total size of the table,
Mm-hmm.
the hash table we underlying hash table we are using, for
Okay.
suppose like it's 16. So there's a method named as fun method which returns you the index of the table where that entry has to be input, and
Mm-hmm.
that method takes the hash code and the size of the table as input, and it gives the index as the output. Now we are
Okay.
having the index where we want to insert that entry. So what we'll do is we'll go to that
Mm-hmm.
particular index of that array. There may be a linked list inside that. So what we do, we will check every node by using the equals method. If the equals method give true, we will
Mm-hmm.
update the value of that particular key. And if there is no any element which equals method is giving true, we will add a new entry inside that particular list. So
Okay.
that's how the hash
Okay.
map. Yeah.
Yeah. So now I'll give you a scenario where I have overridden my hash code method to always return 32. Okay.
You have written okay. Hash code
It,
returns a 32. Okay.
it will always return 32 no matter what is the content of the object, it will always return 32.
Okay.
Okay. Now I have overridden my dot equals method in such a way that it always returns false. Okay.
Okay.
Now I am trying to put two duplicate keys. Okay. So what I am trying to put in my hash map, key 1 value 1 and key 2 value 2, where keys are your objects. Okay. So what will happen in this case?
So
Will it
this case,
yeah, yeah.
this case would be similar to a adding element inside a linked list.
Mm-hmm.
So as you input the add the elements inside the linked list, same behavior would this hash map will produce.
Okay, so it will it allow duplicate keys or not?
Yeah, it will allow duplicate keys.
And when I try to get using that same key, we had put key 1 value 1, key 1 value 2. Now
Mhm.
I want to get using key 1. So which value will I get back? Value
So
1 or
you will
value
put
2?
K1 V1 and K2 V2 or K1 V2.
K1 V2.
Yeah, so you will get V1 value.
How?
Because while we are traversing the list, the first element which will okay, so equals method is sending false. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we won't be finding any element.
Okay. So you
Yeah.
are saying that it will return us null.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Okay. So Sagun, do you know what is the initial capacity of hash map?
The initial capacity is generally 16.
Okay. And there is a change in hash map implementation in Java 8. Are you aware of it?
So the change is instead of the linked list, they have
Mm-hmm.
introduced a red black tree
Right.
to accommodate the multiple elements in the same index.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Very good. So Sagun, have you heard of something called as solid design principles?
Yeah, I have heard it, but I haven't gone through it. Like,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Very good. So uh, say there are two tables in database. Okay.
okay,
Exactly same number of rows, same number of columns, same data type, everything is same. Okay, only name is different.
okay,
And when we are trying to run a query, like select something from table 1 where some condition, then
okay.
select something from table 2 some condition.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and even that condition is same. But what is
Okay,
happening, table 1 is returning results very fast, but table 2
okay,
is taking time. So what can be the deciding factor there?
okay. So for my past experience, I have done this optimization, which is creating index on particular columns.
Yeah,
So maybe that could be a one reason. Or
yeah, right, that is the reason.
okay,
Okay, very good. So Shagun, how comfortable are you in writing programs?
I am very much comfortable right now.
Can you share your screen and write a program for me?
Sure.
Yeah.
What I should open a online ID or a
And
Netflix?
anything is fine, whichever you are comfortable with.
Okay. If we don't want to compile, then yes.
No, I don't
This is
want to compile.
sure. So is it visible?
Yeah, it is visible.
Okay.
So, Sagun, you will have to write a program
Mm-hmm.
to find second highest in an array.
Okay.
Yeah, you can directly start writing the logic. Okay. So we have an array of integers, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can take any any random array, and you will have to give me the second highest.
Yeah, hi, Sagun, Abhishek this side.
Hi,
So you
Abhishek.
just need to, you just need to do two things. First, just let us know the algorithm, what all you're trying to implement, and then the logic that you're going to implement. Okay,
Okay, sure.
just think about it and let us know this logic you are going to implement, and then start writing the code.
So the go-to solution would be having two variables and storing the first and the second highest stored value, and then returning the second variable value. So it will hold the second most highest value of the array in a single,
Okay, so what
yeah.
if we have two element with the same digit, like same number. One is coming twice.
So what we expect, like suppose the highest number is 10 and we want there is 10, 10, 9. So what should your program print, 10 or 9?
It should print 9 and 10. Actually, 9 it should print at second highest.
Yeah, so we
Yes.
will just we will have same approach and we will add a condition of equals to, not equals to also. Great. Like
Okay.
it should
Okay.
be less than. Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so Sagun, the logic that you are telling is correct. Now I want you to give fourth highest. Okay,
Okay, fourth
so
highest.
will you take four variables?
No, in that case, it is not advisable to take four variables. No, one thing is we can do is use the internal method, the sort method.
See, when you use sort method, right?
Mhm.
Anything, any sorting algorithm can give you the least complexity as n log n,
And login,
right?
exactly. Yeah.
But the solution that you gave by having two variables, it was doing it in order of n.
N,
Okay,
exactly.
so when our this we can say k, we are asking for kth highest, right? So when
Yeah.
k tends to n, our complexity will tend to order of n square. So what we can do, we can make use of heap. Can you think of a solution by using heap?
Mm.
Have you ever used min heap, max heap, heap data structure?
Yeah, yeah. Like I have used earlier, I used to do programming, competitive programming. There, I have used it,
Mm-hmm.
but not in my project, like professionally.
Okay. बोलो.
Fourth highest element.
अभी 10 मिनट थोड़ा जब ये चलता है इसके बीच में ही तुम्हें आके बोलना है. Okay, so we can use a min heap here, okay, of size
Okay.
k. So if somebody is asking for say fourth highest, then my heap size would be 4, and it
Okay.
will always have that element, the fourth highest element at the top in case of min heap.
Okay. Okay.
So
Okay.
do you know the complexity of heapify method?
It's
Okay,
It's
it
n
is,
log n, I guess.
yes, it is n log n, where n is the size of heap, right?
Size of
So
heap,
in
yes.
our case, our heap size would be k. If I'm asking 100th and highest element, then your heap size would be 100. So in
Yes.
this case, what will happen? Our time complexity will come to k log k, which would be very very smaller than n log n.
N square. Yeah, n log n.
N
Yeah.
log n, it would be smaller than n log n as well when n is sufficiently large,
Okay. Yeah,
right?
got it. Yeah.
Okay. So Shagun, now I'll give you a program where you will take an input from user, okay, a name or a sentence. Say user is inputting how are you. So
Okay.
your output should be you are how. Means we have reverted the sentence word wise, right? So you
Okay.
can, yeah.
Okay, it's arranged.
Okay, I got it, Sagun. No need to write.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hi, Sagun. So I have one program that you can write. So suppose I
Okay.
have multiple strings like word of string. You can say sentence like this is Java. Java is this, or this is my Java. My Java is very good.
Okay.
So something like this. A list of string you can say. So you need
Okay.
to sort those list of string. So I want your thought process, what you will be thinking when you have this type of question or problem.
Sort on the basis of.
Alphanumeric need to sort this string.
Sure. So what I will do is like using the Stream API, I will create a, suppose I am having an array of string, then I will use array.stream, and then I will use the sort method of the intermediate method of the Stream API and give a comparator. So
Okay,
it will sort it. Yeah.
are you sure?
Yes.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, Ankit,
Okay.
please go ahead.
Yeah. So, Shagun,
Yes.
uh, I have a class. Okay. Its name is University. Okay.
Okay.
Inside University, you will have courses, list of courses,
Okay.
and inside that list of courses, you will have list of students.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I will give you a list of universities. Okay.
Okay.
And you will have to return me list of students.
Okay. So inside courses you have student.
Yes, inside course you have a student,
Mm-hmm.
and I am giving you the list of universities.
So we can use the flat map method of the Java stream.
Yeah, right, right. Yeah. So, Abhishek, I think Shagun is doing pretty well in the interview. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes,
and
of course.
we should be scheduling a more tougher interview for him,
Mm-hmm.
and
Correct, correct, correct.
we can go ahead with the discussion and feedback that we can provide to Shagun.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as far as what all question we are asking to him, you are pretty good, and the way you are answering it, little bit suggestion. Once you are giving your thought process, or just sharing or just elaborating the algo, just if you start pointing them out, then it will be very good. Okay, though it is very good. The additional tip that I want to give is just to, I mean, start the algorithm with the basics, and that is all about it.
Okay.
And I'm very happy if, if this was not the mock interview, obviously, we will definitely, give you a go ahead for the next round. So
Thank you.
it was
Yeah.
nice talking to you, Ankit.
Same here.
Anything?
Yeah. So Shagun, while giving interviews, are you facing any issues which you want to resolve through these mock interviews?
Yes, actually, I'm facing some issues. Like for like, apart from this mock interview, I'm facing the notice period issue, which is very long notice period, which I need a resolution.
Mm-hmm.
And giving mock interviews give you confidence also. Like you can have some nervousness. Like suppose it's all good going, you are answering the question, but if you are stuck at one question or continuous two
Mm-hmm.
question, you are stuck. Suppose
Yeah. Yeah.
then there could be a nervous breakdown or something which will
Yeah.
make your interview bad. But giving more interviews
Yeah.
uh, help you to solve this like solve these scenarios where you are not able to give one or two answer. It's okay, but if
Yeah.
you are getting nervous, then it will be worst, like going further.
Yeah.
So
So here I would like to add one thing, Shagun. See, I have been taking interviews for last 10 years now, and what happens is, in where when you are going to give an interview, your thought process should be like interviews are happening to select you, not to reject you, right? When
okay.
companies
Yep.
is spending their resources, time of their senior people on you, so they have that intent to select you. So if you are not able to answer, say, 8 out of 10 questions, then also there are chances that they will select you,
Correct, correct.
right?
I'm pretty much agreeing with this,
Yes.
because
So
sometimes what they see the approach. Sometimes, if I am going to take an interview of any candidate, he is very rude. Suppose he's very rude. So what the company used to think, like, right now he's that much rude in the interview. Maybe when he start working on any project, or we are able to select him, then what will happen? So sometimes the approach of that candidate, the conversation that that candidate uh, done, so that is very important.
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, one question, like, what all suggestion you want to give to the the freshers, like how to prepare for those interview, and what all you have been going through.
yeah, so I want to suggest one thing, like whatever you study, like whatever you go through, do a practical implementation and go a thoroughly inside that topic, because it's not just a one time investment. Like suppose you are going through like you are going through collection. So if you are fresher currently, it's not that it will give you a job right now. Going throughout your career, when you will try to switch like 3 years after, then also after 5 years or 7 years, if you have gone through the concept thoroughly, then it will give you fruits even after 10 years also. Like you have
Yes,
to give
yes, yes.
interview, even
Absolutely
after
agree.
10 years it will like be fruitful to you if you have gone
Yes.
thoroughly. So this is
Ti-
one thing.
yeah, one more point. Whenever somebody is trying to, understand any concept, understand to grasp the knowledge rather than to crack any interview. If
Exactly,
your
because
intention
it
is
will
to crack,
stay with you
yes,
throughout
correct.
your career.
For minimum time, if you want to crack interview and just preparing for that, this will, obviously that will help you in, less time. But for a longer run, you will again, face some challenges.
Exactly. And the core concept of Java, like collection, stream APIs, like the questions which are very important, that you should do. You shouldn't just prepare for the interview. You should go through it, because any type of question can be modified according to the conditions.
Yes.
So that's one thing, that you should go thoroughly to the important topics which are there.
And one more point, as we have, started this process of mock interview. So any suggestion for us, like, I mean, what you want or
Yeah,
how
like
you will. Yeah.
I was very happy with the questions getting modified in every step according to my answer.
Mm.
So that was very well. Everything was well. I just want some more, practical problems to add along with like any the questions you have asked. Like practically what we face in our project.
Yes,
That
yes,
type
yes.
of question should be
Definitely,
added.
definitely, definitely. I mean, we will show you what we have or what we used to face in our day-to-day life, and
Yeah.
then we will have a next discussion.
Sure, sure. Because I am having the issues in currently, like the some questions are out of my experience. I have not experienced that questions. Like I can
Mm,
tell you questions like what we will do if there is any memory issue at the production. So these are the questions.
mm,
These are the scenario I haven't never faced, but they ask in the
mm.
question and like
Correct, correct. Obviously, obviously. If in a real interview, obviously, everybody, asks to, how you optimize the solution, how to optimize the
exactly.
memory leakage, how to optimize the Kafka queue, or if you are using something like that. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
that can be added. Apart from that, it was very well structured. Like step by step, we were going inside the topic, and it was very
Okay.
useful.
Yes, Ankit, please.
Yeah. So, Abhishek, we will schedule another interview for Shagun in coming time.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would be a bit
Definitely,
harder.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And with real life problems that, obviously, from those problems, someone will understand the difference perspective, what is
Yeah.
going on the other side, what other
Yeah.
companies are doing, what other companies are facing. So we'll
Yes.
bring all those questions
Yeah.
on our plate, and then we'll have a session. And yeah, it will be, very interesting session.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think we can
Yeah.
end our interview here.
Yeah. So thank you, guys.
Yeah.
It was
Thank
nice
you for your
talking.
time, Mahendra and
Yeah.
Abhishek.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Have a good
Thank you.
day.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.